So here on the Twitch stream, we were watching this video, and then a short while later, somebody gave me a great suggestion. It was Spec, so thank you very much, Spec. And I figured it'd be good to record and to talk about. So let's just jump right into it.
A woman's right to choose is a human right. Why are we so quiet about challenging the US when they threaten human rights? Some people have said in here, oh, we can't be, how dare we talk about the US? Well, we talk about everybody else. Is the US a functioning democracy? Well, let's have a look at it. It cost $2 billion to become president. They have 25% of the total prisoners in the world.
True and true and yep and true. Yep. That one always like really freaks some people out. Is that very poignant statistic that really shocks people when they hear it for the first time if they've never had to like confront it. We have more prisoners than anybody else. It is insane. We also have private prisons, which is a hideous and disgusting, inhuman concept of a company, a corporation making mad profit off of prisoners. Like, what the fuck is that?
They spend over $800 billion a year on arms, which is more than most of the world put together.
I wouldn't really care that much about it, except we then also don't spend on things here domestically,
They've been at war for 250 years since their state was formed 275 years ago.
More or less.
But they can't afford universal health care. They can't afford.
We can, but we won't.
The 1.7 trillion debt forgiveness for students.
We can afford it, but we won't.
They can't afford a program for the 17 million children that go to bed hungry.
We could afford that, and we still not going to do it.
Is this a functioning democracy? What's your idea of a democracy? Bernie Sanders wasn't even allowed to win the nomination for the Democrats. The Americans couldn't spell democracy.
Okay, so look, yeah, dude, no, this man fucks. This man totally fucks. And I also love that he's at a UN meeting in a fucking pink muscle shirt and his hair just based as fuck, dude, based. I hate the concept that, like, if you're ever going to be in politics, you have to wear a suit all the damn time. That's why I hope when John Fetterman is going to fucking get it. He's going to win over that piece of shit Dr. Oz. When he gets in, I hope he's just in, like, his blue collar button-up shirt, and his jeans. Like, ah, man. I hope so. But anyway, he raises a very good point. Do we live in a functioning democracy? I would say no, not really. Not really. Everything's falling a fucking apart right now, and it's crazy. And it is absolutely a symptom of tyranny and authoritarianism, where our rights are being eroded. We're being left behind. We have so much money. So much money. More money than everybody else. We're super advanced and like we're the center of culture for the world and blah, blah, blah. Everybody watches our fucking movies, listens to our music, blah, 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 blah. We have so much, and we let so many of our own people suffer. It's hideous. It's disgusting. It's fucked up. Greatest country on the planet? In what metric? Our fucking infant mortality rate is abysmal. Like, we don't take care of people. We don't. And we are entirely run, I would say, by neocorporatism. And it's disgusting. It's fucked up. All of it, you can trace like this erosion of our country all the way back to the 70s. And like this very slow dissolution of like the things that actually gave America the prosperity that it had. And then they embrace the Reagan-style economic model where you go from having these huge corporations being taxed 70, 80 or more %. And they're still thriving businesses, these huge, mega corporations still thriving, but dumping tax dollars in. And now they either pay no taxes or 15, 25%, usually lower because they know how to do it. And we did this because we thought that it was going to allow us to give them a bunch of money and then they would trickle that money down to us. And that didn't happen. And instead, they had so much more money that now they can utilize it to leverage and push politicians to make it so they can make more money and more money. Meanwhile, we're all left to fucking suffer. rising cost of housing, crippling student debt. I mean, it's fucking unworkable, and everything's coming to a boiling point. People wonder why everything is so fucking violent in this country. That's a really good example why. Everybody's fucking pissed off. Nobody can fucking afford anything. So anyway, the idea that Speck gave me was that we should go and look at the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Let's look at each one, and we'll talk about if my fucking country actually fits into any of them. Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Well, right away, we fucked that one up. Absolutely fucked that up. They're endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Now, ideally, children who are raised with a loving family should all have this inherent reason and conscience. And I mean, there is some examples to be made how racism and bigotry can be biologically baked into us. And I do think that there's some merit in that. But it's something that we can overcome. But our country absolutely does not treat all human beings as if they're born free and equal in dignity and rights. We have a massive class imbalance. Huge. And people suffer. Strike 1. Yeah, that's right. So we are 0 for 1. Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration. Well, we just fucked that up too. We have removed bodily autonomy as a right from half our fucking population. Without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Man, we fucked that up bad. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political jurisdiction or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. We fucked that up. 0 for 2. 0 for 2. Article 3. Everyone has a right to life, liberty, and security of person. Well, we're not doing too good in that one. I don't know. I mean, you could say because we do have the death penalty that we strike out on that one, but that's kind of a wiggle room thing. Liberty, I really don't think the United States gives a shit about liberty anymore. Not really. If you have money, you have the privilege of liberty. And security, I mean, fuck, man. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, male genital mutilation runs rampant. Yeah, I forgot about that, too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking wild. So I'm going to say this one's like a maybe, that we sort of kind of still get into it, but mostly it's a 0 for 3. Article 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. We have slavery right now in the United States of America. Right now. Why do you think we have so many fucking prisoners? Prisoners can be forced to fucking work for free. They can expend their labor and not get fucking recompensation for it. And even if they did get paid, they usually get paid like fucking minuscule amounts. And I would say that is slavery and servitude. Absolutely. 100%. And I don't think it's fucking hyperbolic at all. So, 0 for 4. How many of these are there? I don't even know. How many are there? Oh, boy. Whoo! Wow. Okay, we got a lot. I don't know if we're going to get all of them. That might take us a while. Maybe we'll do like the top 10 or top 15 or something like that. Article 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. Well, we definitely, I mean, look at the fucking examples of fucking cops, them constantly beating the shit out of people in custody. That does happen quite often, and it is sanctioned. There are entire systems put into place to keep police non-accountable for some of those actions. Inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. I mean, shit, dude. The way in which things are being supported these days to push back against the equality that we have fought so hard for, I would say also counts. So 0 for 5. You count wage slaves? You could. Immigrant slaves, yeah. Undocumented field workers coerced to basically be slaves. Sure, yeah. Article 6. Everyone has a right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Well, that's not necessarily true either. We treat illegal immigrants fucking terribly. We don't give them the same basic human rights. We still have Guantanamo Bay. Still open. Obama didn't close it. Trump didn't close it. Biden ain't gonna close it. Are you fucking kidding me? A lot of these, I don't know about now. It might be all of them because they've released some, but it might be at this point all of the people in Guantanamo Bay have never had a trial. I would say that counts as not treating someone as a person. 0 for 6. Article 7. All are equal before the law. Nope. And are entitled to any discrimination to equal protection of the law. Nope. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Do I even have to fucking explain that one? Holy fuck. Yeah. The 13th Amendment has very fine print. There was a big debate specifically around the 13th Amendment when it was penned, because the whole concept of allowing for prisons in the way in which they are was debated extensively. And let's see, Article 8. Everyone has a right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by law. An effective remedy by the competent national tribunals. I mean, I guess you could say that's right to a fair trial. And I want to say there's some wiggle room on this one, that we at least have the illusion of attempting this. But then the main reason that I can say that this does not necessarily hold up is we still have very stark and shockingly common disparities in prison sentencing, depending on if you are poor or if you are black or if you're male. You tend to get more than the opposites of these, you know. And I would say that that's not an effective remedy. I don't think that's equality. I think it's fucked up. Let's see. Article 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. We fucking do the shit out of that. Jesus Christ. Ever since Patriot Act and everything else has been eroding our fucking values, it's disgusting. Let's start with number 10. Everyone is entitled to full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. We fail. We fucking fail, man. We fail on all of this so fucking bad. All the fucking time. It's one of the reasons why I didn't celebrate 4th of July. Because I'm not very proud of my fucking country right now. It just keeps fucking up. I love my country. I want my country to get better. I will fight for my country. But Jesus fucking Christ, man, we are a fucking mess. Holy shit. And it's just so fucking embarrassing. And the thing too is, like, one of the reasons why I really didn't like Trump, aside from all the bad shit he did, because he did a lot of bad shit. But the other thing, on a very like selfish personal level, one of the main things that really pissed me off was how much I felt embarrassed about my country because of the bullshit that he was doing. But now that he's gone, in the vacuum of not having that fucking clown to distract me, it's even more apparent all of the ways in which we fucking fail. And that's embarrassing. That's really fucking embarrassing. And it pisses me off. And it shouldn't be that way. And it shouldn't take this based-ass fucking Irish dude to point it out. We should all be pointing it out. We should all know it. We have to live it every fucking day of our lives. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with my country?